basically they put the ring on the dance floor. There's no boogieing going on. They're getting after it. Bethel Durant, Steve Kim, and Doug Fisher. Damon Allen is coming up next against Luis Arceo. And Damon Allen, a nice young fighter out of Philadelphia, takes a lot of pride in where he's from, but he's got a lot of talent. He sat down with the Ring TV cameras.
The way I met Bernard Hopkins is he used to train at my gym a little while, preparing for fights. He used to work with my grandfather and another trainer at my gym named Sloan Harrison, so I met him then. I didn't even start boxing yet. I had to be about 7 years old. The next year I started. I met him at a parade also when he had just got finished fighting Oscar De La Hoya at the city of Philadelphia, threw a parade for him, and he brung me up, and I was right there at the podium with him, and I never forgot that. So. Bernard Hopkins was one of the reasons why I started boxing. What motivated me was seeing what he did for the city of Philadelphia, seeing how he did it. The parade, for example, he had the whole city come out for the parade. The whole city of Philadelphia was there, and that just motivated me that one day I can get the whole city of Philadelphia there. Well, my training camp for this fight was real good. I had a real good training camp. Old soul training camp. My father and my great-grandfather really took me to get my fundamentals straight and doing a lot of endurance because this is my first 8-rounder fight. So, well, my father and my great-grandfather trained me. It's good, it's amazing. It's like a 1-2 punch, and it's a family thing. They've been my trainer since I was 8 years old, so yeah, having this guy on my resume would be pretty good. He fought a lot of good fighters. He didn't win them all, he came up short, so hopefully I'll be that guy that can make him stop. As a fighter, I'm not too fast, I'm not too strong. I would more say I'm a crafty type of boxer. I'm crafty, and I adapt well.
No smiling Allen, there he is, ready to make his way into the ring. Wow, how about that throwback Thursday right there? Check that one out.
Yeah, age 10. Must have been some experience and a lot of inspiration for a young man who's just getting started with his amateur career.
As Luis Arceo makes his way into the ring, here he is coming from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Fly, Eagles, fly. Damon Allen, a huge Eagles fan. He wanted me to say this for you, Steve Kim. He's from Pennsylvania.
Oh, I love the Carson show.
There he is. There it is, Damon. You got your Pennsylvania in there. But as he said, he's a happy kid, but when he gets into the ring, it's fight night, there is no smiling at all. That is his nickname, no smiling Damon Allen.
When he's not fighting though, he has a very nice smile. Yeah,
very
handsome young man. Bright, he's articulate, and he knows how to fight, knows how to box, and he knows how to fight. That's a Philadelphia professional. And there's a lot of boxing knowledge in his corner with his father, with his grandfather, with Danny Davis. That's the young man right there, the man who was wrapping his hands with the green shirt. He's somebody who's been working with Bernard Hopkins for probably the last 10 to 15 years, and he's learned a lot being in those professional camps. And of course, Bernard Hopkins is always there.
As our ring announcer, Joe Martinez, waiting for the cue. Damon Allen, 24 years old, turned pro in 2013.
This is an important step in a young man's career, fighting for the first time in a scheduled 8-rounder in a televised co-featured bout. Just one step away from being main event status.
La próxima pelea pactada por 8 asaltos en el peso super ligero. And here we go, fight fans. 8 rounds of boxing this in the super lightweight division. Los tres jueces otra vez. Once again, your 3 judges scoring at ringside. Carla Caiz, Marty Denkin, and Dr. Lou Moret. When the bell rings, your referee in charge of the action, encargado de ring, referee Zach Young. Presentando primero la esquina azul, con los pantaloncillos negro con dorado y un peso de 137 libras. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner. Wearing black trunks trimmed in gold, he weighed in officially 137 pounds. Un veterano con 28 victorias, 15 derrotas, 4 empates y 19 ganadas por nocaut. This veteran brings a record that stands at 28 victories, 15 defeats, 4 bouts even, and 19 wins by way of knockout. De Aguascalientes, Mexico, el vampiro, Luis Arceo. Y sobre de la esquina roja, con los pantaloncillos dorado con azul y un peso de 136 libras. His opponent fighting out of the red corner, wears gold trimmed in blue. He weighed in 136 pounds even. Con un récord perfecto de 10 victorias, 0 derrotas y 4 ganadas por nocaut. He stands undefeated in 10 professional bouts, 10 victories, no defeats, 4 wins coming by way of knockout from the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia, PA, the undefeated, no smiling, Damon Allen.
Boxers, 2 seconds. Boxer, 2 seconds. Okay. Okay, we already talked about the rules. Ya hablamos de las reglas. Okay. There's nothing left to say. No hay nada más que decir. Buena suerte. Good luck.
Zach Young, our referee for tonight, our co-feature. Let's look at the tail of the tape.
At age 24, Damon Allen is 13 years younger. Their height is equal at 5'8", but Allen's wingspan is 3 inches longer.
Young fighter going up against his most experienced opponent, and El Vampiro Arceo. Damon Allen, 24 years old, turned pro in 2013. Meanwhile, his opponent, Arceo, in the black trunks, turned pro in 2000. Arceo, born in 1979, said that he still feels good, and he just has it in him, works out at the gym with a bunch of kids in their 20s. They still go in there giving him scraps. He loves the sport of boxing. He's doing it as long as possible, and he's just that veteran gatekeeper or the journeyman, Doug, is going to give you that.
Yeah, he's now a journeyman, but he was one of the more reliable junior lightweight and lightweight gatekeepers, I would say 7 to 10 years ago. And he's fought too many up-and-coming prospects and contenders to even mention.
Okay, one of the names stands out, Urbano Antillon, Octavio Molina, just guys all over. Fought in Mexico, Nevada, all over the United States. He just has a love for the sport of boxing, does Luis Arceo. Damon Allen literally grew up in the boxing gym, as though you mentioned in our open. Mitchell Allen Gym, his great-grandfather's gym in West Philadelphia. That's where he was at. Everything about him is Philadelphia, but Allen said he appreciates Golden Boy bringing him out west because he has a lot of family here. Over 40 friends and family are in attendance with him all over Southern California. Damon Allen Sr. here, grandparents of Yvonne Allen watching back home. For Damon Allen, the 24-year-old from Golden Boy.
It's having his way so far in this opening round because Arceo is staying on the outside, and he can't compete with the speed and timing of Allen, although that headbutt might have bothered the young man a little bit. But when it comes to punches, all of the punches, the quality punches, have been landed by Allen. He's controlled the distance with his footwork, his jab. Some nice choice right hands down the pipe.
And Beto, you talk about the geography of this fight. You know, one of the realistic propositions you have to really consider right now is Philadelphia is known as a fight town, but there's not all that many shows going on here. They have a show next week at the 2300 Arena. Russell Peltz is certainly a Hall of Fame promoter, but if you look at the activity within the city, there really is not that much action anymore.
Yeah, outside of Damon Allen, who do they have? I guess they have Jesse Hart. Yep. Right?
Yeah, Julian Williams.
Yeah. Julian Williams
is a very
good
fighter.
Yeah. He's about ready to fight for a junior middleweight world title.
But in
J-Rock will fight anybody.
Yeah,
yes.
Right. Well, certain guys fight him. That's the question.
Yeah, that's a different
But
story.
in terms of having a regular club circuit, that really does not exist anymore in what has been traditionally a fight city.
Good opening round for Damon Allen against the veteran Luis Arceo. Allen switching to that southpaw in this last couple seconds of the opening round. It is scheduled for 8 fighter bios. Let's get started. Who are these two fighters in the ring right now?
Who indeed? Luis Arceo. We know this guy. He held a regional minor WBC title at lightweight and at junior welterweight, and he was undefeated through his first 17 bouts. So he remembers what it was like to be where Damon Allen is right now as an undefeated prospect. And here's our prospect, still 24 years old, turned pro in April of 2013, and that was the last time he fought more than 3 times a year. In 2014, Steve, and 2015, only fought twice, and that's not enough activity for an up-and-coming prospect. And of course, mentored by future Hall of Famer Bernard Hopkins. And I say, let Hopkins in right now. Yeah. What's the point?
Right? I mean,
last of the great fighters.
that whole you got to wait thing.
Right, what? He shouldn't have to wait. Come on.
Because boxer's going to retire and then stay retired. Second round action coming your way. Damon Isaac Allen, born September 2nd, 1992. From Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Also, same place is our guest, future Hall of Famer, the alien Bernard Hopkins. B-Hop, how are you doing? How did you get to meet Damon Allen? Where does that relationship start? Oh, I'm sorry, B-Hop. How did you meet Allen?
I met Allen in Philadelphia. First of all, hi, Doug.
Hey, what's up, B-Hop?
Everything is good, man. With the talent coming out in Philadelphia, and he's one of the standouts in Philadelphia. And so in the gyms, we get to know who's who very, very quickly in Philadelphia gyms. It's not like the old days where wars and everything goes on in the gym like in the 70s and early 80s. But he showed really, really great potentials when I know him, 11, 12 years old.
Is he one of those kids where people were watching them at 14 and 15 and saying, without a doubt, if he turns pro, he will be successful as a professional?
Yes, he was. Yes, he is and was. When he was an amateur, they really looked at him and said he's going to be definitely someone to talk about as he mature in the business. And you know what, Doug? He has that pedigree of his father and his family. Never reached the world championship level, but it's in the family. And just like myself, I come from a third generation of boxing.
Right.
And I took it to, of course, a level that I've took it to. He has that same opportunity, Damon Allen, to be able to set his own legacy in Philadelphia, in the world, matter of fact, in his career right now.
That's the voice of future Hall of Famer, world champion Bernard Hopkins. And Bernard, when you see a fighter like Damon Allen, what makes him stand out? It's more than just what's in the ring, right?
Poise, and his behavior outside the ring. He's a mild, not really a trash, well, I ain't gonna say really, he's not a trash talk. I never seen him really talk and give somebody the mean stare. He has sort of like the, like the boy around the corner look. He's, if you sleep on him, you'll think that, here's a young guy that's want to box for a hobby and not box for a profession. But, that ain't the case. As you see him throw good combinations and took a left hook himself. But the potential to be better than what you see now is only a matter of time. You see the offense, the defense, the counterpunch, the sitting in the pocket, the shoulder roll, the jab. I mean, this is a young guy who don't have a whole bunch of fights, who's showing these potentials. Just imagine a year or two from now, if everything go away as planned, I'll be looking for him fighting for some kind of title soon, Doug.
Damon Allen, 10 seconds to go. He's taking on Luis Arceo, looking good in their opening couple of rounds against a veteran journeyman in Arceo, one of the most experienced fighters that Allen is taking on. And the last couple of times we've seen Damon in the ring, Bernard, he came in, blew his opponents out, but we've seen the progress in him. He's starting to get those man muscles about him. What is his steal? Where can this kid go?
He can go further. He can go real further than what he is, of course, now and even in the next fight. But he has to get past this fight. He's in there with a veteran, as you mentioned earlier, a guy that's going to be right in front of him, who's not going to take a step back, and is going to kind of continue to pressure him. If you look at this replay, he's right there, and Damon Allen is trying to hit him with the right hand, but the old veteran, the slick veteran, know how to get away from punches also, as he got a overhand right in there when he throw a punch. But right now you got an exchange. Damon Allen's rolling. He's using a good offense and defense. And now you have the veteran that's trying now to get his punches off with a 3 or 4 punch combination. I mean, this is experience that Damon Allen is going to need to go further to the next level of talent and also credibility.
Well, that's what Arceo brings. He has more than 200 more professional rounds experience than Damon Allen has.
Yeah, Arceo is going to, he's continue to press. That's his style. He's not going to change. All these years he's been fighting the same way, and just throw a sharp, straight right hand. I mean, Damon Allen has to be conscious every second of this fight as he got hit with another 1-2 because what? Because the right hand is starting to land, and he has to be aware of that. That's part of that growth and development of a young fighter, a young prospect that everybody's saying he has the goods. But let's see how the goods work out if he get hit with those right hands and he react to it and how he react to it.
Yeah, I know
it's important.
Allen has the temperament of a fighter. If he gets hurt or dropped, and we saw him last time he fought here at Belasco Theater, he was dropped in round 6 of a 6-round bout. He was in with a really tough fighter, guy who came prepared, was trained by Robert Garcia, I believe. And it was a terrific fight, but he showed us that if he does get hurt or if he's dropped, he responds to adversity. But how important is it to keep his head and also to make adjustments when necessary?
It's very important, especially with a veteran here who keeps a stone face, continue to come in, get hit with a big punch and don't show no reaction. I mean, what do that do to your confidence when you're a young guy like Damon Allen? Do you get discouraged? Do you try to find a way just to box and not win by impressive knockout or stop it? I mean, this is all the psychological. Also, is the experience that he's going to have to use and grow up quick in this business. He got hit with a short left hook about a minute ago, and he didn't react good to it. He didn't stumble or didn't stagger, but he flinched like an irritator, maybe his nose, maybe his eyes. But this is the stuff he's going to have to go through to be what we expect him to be, one of the top fighters in the world in time to come.
Arceo has landed 3 good overhand rights in this round, and that's what you're talking about, Bernard. These young kids you can only spar so much, you can only train so much until you get the actual ring and have these kind of scraps against a dude like Arceo. Do you able to progress to the next level?
Well, Arceo's sure pushing him, and he's continuing to throw that 1-2 if you watch with the jab and the right hand, and he's putting some mustard on that right hand because you know that he had success early in it when he hit Damon Allen twice with that straight right hand.
Yeah, Allen's going to have to find an answer for the right from the outside, and he's going to have to deal with more pressure as this bout progresses. Going 8 rounds is nothing to Arceo, and I think he's learning that Arceo is the veteran's learning that in order to have some success, he's got to come forward.
Yes, and Arceo's throwing that right hand because Damon Allen is not keeping his hands up, his left hand up to block it.
Final seconds of the round between Damon Allen and Luis Arceo. Round is winding down. Good scrap. Oh, starting to brew between Damon Allen and Arceo. We talked about the experience. Arceo at the age of 37. Look at these rounds. Total pro rounds. Arceo keeps on going and going. 264 coming into this fight, 44 for Damon. And Damon, a lot of early knockouts. How much does that help you or for Arceo? But for Damon Allen, do you even think about something like that, Bernard?
Well, I mean, you start thinking about it when things don't go your way for Damon Allen. But let me tell you, Arceo, I mean, he's a veteran. I mean, it's not even a competition on the rounds and the experience that Arceo has compared to Damon Allen. But, Damon Allen had to use his youth to his advantage. His youth, he's younger.
That's what
and he also had to use his boxing ability, which he has advantage. But when you look at Arceo and you look at the experience, that's really a big task to overcome if you're a young guy that has one little clink in your armor or tink in your armor where you unsure. That can be the make or break him of the fight.
That's why they're called journeymen. They give you a scrap. Arceo, last 4 fights, he's been stopped. 3rd, 7th, 4th, and 6th rounds. Damon Allen, last time he was in the ring, he had a 3rd round TKO of Daniel Montoya. That was in May 20. That was the Fantasy Springs Resort Casino in Indio, California. 4th round, Allen in the blue and yellow trunks. Arceo, nicknamed the Vampire, Vampiro. Because as an amateur, they would take him to these tournaments all over Mexico, and the dude just didn't sleep. He was so full of energy that he'd be up all night, and then he'd be up early to go train, go run. Like, dude, you keep vampire hours. So that's where the name stuck with him. No Smiling Allen, because he's all business in the ring.
Well, No Smiling Allen just hit Arceo with a left hook that got Arceo's attention. But let me tell you what I think that Damon Allen will start doing, at least he should. His corner or someone should start letting him understand that you kill the body and normally the hands will fall, which means the head would be right there vulnerable to get hit. I haven't seen Damon Allen until now go to 3 or 4 left hooks to the body, but he can have to continue to hit the 37, 36-year-old to the body to bring his hands down or take the steam out of the old guy's body.
Well, it does both, and that's probably the best way to wear down a veteran fighter is to go to his body.
Arceo,
a guy like Arceo, too, I mean, if he sees the punch coming, he'll mentally prepare for it. He could take a pretty good shot.
Bernard, that's a great point you bring up about Arceo going to his body. It's the 4th round, the first time we've seen Damon go to the body. Arceo took this fight on Monday, had to cut some weight to get to this level. So at the age of 37, probably a little bit more fatigued trying to get to this weight where they agreed to at 100 and in the lightweight division.
And fighters who balloon up and down in weight are more susceptible to body punches.
And if it's true that he lost weight prior to coming to this fight at a short notice, you must take the air out of the tires so the car can go flat. And right now, Damon Allen, until the last minute or so, threw body shots, but I like to see him do it more often.
Boy, Arceo is still pesky in there, and he's still landing his shots. He's sneaky with it.
Arceo lives at the gym. He said he's always there. Lives in Tijuana, is from Aguascalientes. Doug, you called the fight there in the middle of Mexico?
Yeah, in a bull ring.
Of course you did. Arceo started boxing because at the age of 14, he was getting bullied in the streets. He said he grew up in a bad neighborhood. He was a chubby kid, so they started bullying him. Went to the gym to learn how to throw a combination, and he beat up the bullies. He liked the gym aspect and just stayed with it. And now as a professional since 2000. Owns a Marisco spot. So if you ever go to Rosarito, Mr. Guru, in between Tijuana and Rosarito, El Vampiro's gonna take care of us with some Mariscos. Final seconds between Damon Allen and Luis Arceo. A good fight, young against old. But our main event coming up next, Bernard, Art Hovhannisyan and Diego Magdaleno. Hovhannisyan, the Armenian fighter, he's coming in, and you just know that he's a tough out, isn't he?
He's a tough scrapper, and he's going to be in your face every second, every minute of the round, because that's his style, and he's been successful. So having that style and being successful with that style is very hard to change in one fight. He's going to have to be changed by a punch or by something that he don't like.
Well, Hovhannisyan has the chin. He's got the durability to have that kind of style, to be a grinder. And he's also got underrated technique and craftiness in there.
Bernard, you East Coast fighters, Golden Boy has a good young talent. You have obviously Damon Allen here, but in the DC area, Demetrius Ballard, the super middleweight, Lamont Roach, the No Excuses gym. What do you see in the talent coming on over there?
I see a lot of talent, and I see that the West Coast is paying attention. Because let me tell you.
I mean, those kids come to fight.
I mean, they come to fight, and they know each other from the amateurs.
Yeah. 5th round, Bethel Durant, Steve Kim off to the side, Doug Fisher with us, and future Hall of Famer Bernard Hopkins.
Beautiful left uppercut landed by Allen just a moment ago.
Good right landed by Allen.
Perfectly timed right cross. Right down the pipe. There's another one.
Damon Allen is sitting in the pocket. You see him talking?
Yeah, he's talking.
Sitting with the shoulder up. He got the right hand right there under his chin. He's coming out to mean business in this round.
Allen
because
is talking.
He came right out.
Yeah, he's talking, and he's got a little behind, a little grunt behind it. Arceo speaks no English, so I know there's no trash talking going on. He's in a zone right now.
But you know what? Arceo spoke with his hands in the previous round. I scored round 4 for Allen, but it was competitive. Arceo landed his shots, and I think it's forced Allen to sort of raise the level of his intensity.
Well, I think Allen realized now that he's not getting the respect that he wants, and now he has to go ahead now and try to get it this round where he's this most superior fighter. Got the better left hook, the better right hand, the better defense, the better offense. This is the round to show it because why? He's a quicker, he's the faster, he's the youngest, so he has to use those attributes to his favor.
And we're midway in the fight if this fight does go 8 rounds, so he doesn't want the veteran to gain any momentum. Another beautifully timed right cross.
I mean, this is the Damon Allen that we talked about in the Philadelphia gyms when you see him do the counter punch with the right hand, step to the side, throw the left hook. He's literally seriously playing right now in certain trade-offs where he actually pop shotting and throwing punches when he want to throw them. As you see right now, a slapping left hook.
Yeah.
It was 2 left hooks right in the middle. Now he stands in the pocket and he makes a miss. I mean, this is not taught. This is talent.
Yeah. And it's fine as long as he's in the zone and he's avoiding getting hit. And he's able to counter with these pot shots. I would like to see him put some shots together, though.
He's going one single shot here, one single shot there. When he put a 2-3 punch combination, if the first two don't get there, Doug, the third one will.
Absolutely.
You're right, Bernard. He looks like he's just having a lot of fun in there. He's in control of this fight. Has that good sweat going on, good lather, warmed up now.
The one drawback that I would look at Allen's career coming into this year is that in 2014 and 2015, he only fought twice, which is not very active for a young man with, you know, the number of professional fights that Allen has. How important is it that this is his third fight of 2016 and he's going, you know, potentially 8 quality rounds with a durable opponent?
It's called catch-up, Doug.
Yeah.
You got to catch up because you're paying attention and someone else is paying attention of those inactive, well, at least that year, and those fights that he didn't get, now that he got 3 this year. That's pretty busy for a young guy. You know what? It's the right busy, because I think the more better he fights talent, the better he gets.
Well, he's
Damon
showing that in
Allen.
this round.
At the Belasco Theater, Golden Boy Boxing on Ring TV Live, brought to you by the Ring TV app. It is very, very cool. Download it now, the Ring TV app. Exclusive video articles from the Bible of Boxing. Download from the App Store today. One of the cool things is Bernard has the feature where you're working out and you're telling people what to do. I try to replicate it. It ain't happening, but I try though. I appreciate you putting that in their magazine. If you're in Damon's corner, what do you tell him right now, B?
I would tell Damon right now to go right to the body, come right out with the jab, and be aggressive. Pick up from the last round. You see the last round, he was animated, he was serious, he was throwing punches with meaning behind it. Damon Allen right now has to show him that he is the new guy in town. He is the new prospect. He is someone that's now taken over. He has to make those statements. Not only this fight, obviously, if he's winning, he has to go ahead and do it every fight until he gets everybody attention that he's here to stay. And this is what you have to do. You have to make statements. 2 body shots just now from left and right to the body. That's what he needs to do, is continue to work that body, and hopefully he'll get something upstairs. We'll be able to go ahead and make a statement.
Speaking with Luis Arceo, the Mexican fighter, I was like, what keeps you going at 37? He's like, I can still compete with these guys. I'm like, what do you know about Allen? He's like, well, I saw video on him. He's young, he's fast, he moves. He goes, but I know I can give him some fits at times. I want to make this kid earn every single point. He's doing that, right? Damon is learning tonight.
He's learning tonight, and he's also getting pushed around by a man. He's getting pushed around by a man that know how to fight, that been there, is going to continue to put pressure on him no matter what Damon Allen hit him with. He's going to keep, Arceo going to keep coming in as he continues to still throw punches. Both hands, look, combinations. Doug, he's throwing 4 or 5 punch combinations. This man 36, 37 years old, look.
Yeah,
3
37.
punches.
A fair amount of wear and tear, so he must live a clean lifestyle.
Oh, yeah.
As you would know about Bernard.
Oh, absolutely.
And he must stay in the gym
He
for
has
him
to
to
stay in
still
the
be
gym.
able to do this.
And this is the kind of match that, you know, is kind of shaky and scary and unpredictable, because guys, this, like right now, Damon Allen's backing up, and he just got hit with a short left hook. These guys put pressure on you, and funny things happen.
Yeah, well, Allen is being outworked to this point in the round, and you can hear the enthusiasm because we're right by Arceo's corner. They're seeing stuff that they like from the old man.
Damon Allen right now, if I looking clearly or see clearly, he look like he's bleeding out his right nostril.
Yes, he is.
Doug.
Bleeding out of the nostril, and then some from the mouth also, Bernard.
And he's also getting hit with hooks inside, because what's happening, he's getting bum rush right now. He's been pressured, almost mugged, and he's getting hit everywhere, and he has to do something to stop it.
Mugged by the fighter from Tijuana, father of Violeta Emiliano. He's a woodworker also, is El Vampiro Arceo. Damon Allen, cousin of Hank Lundy, went to the U.S. Olympic trials 2012. The final seconds of what's a good fight between Damon Allen and Luis Arceo at the Soldado Pelasco in downtown Los Angeles.
Honey, it's gonna take you forever to sell all this.
Sold.
What? How?
Introducing the easiest way to sell what you got, buy what you want. 5 Miles mobile app. Download today from the App Store or Google Play.
Golden Boy Boxing on Ring TV is brought to you by the 5 Miles app. Buy, sell, it's local. Over $1 billion in local sales. That's right, $1 billion. Download from the App Store today. Beth Durant, Doug Fisher, and joined by future Hall of Famer Bernard Hopkins. And it's the 7th round, the first time that Damon Allen is going to the 7th round in his career, B.
Yeah, and you know, this is going to really show this round whether he's made the order for what? For the next level. And the next level is about the 7th, the championship rounds. If it was going to 12, Doug, you know, when you start talking championship rounds, you're talking 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, or maybe 9, 10, 11, and 12. But this is the late rounds where now you see what a young prospect really has. Do he have the heart? Do he have the courage? Do he have the toughness to be able to weather the storm and still fight back?
Damon Allen in the blue with gold trunks. Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Remember the first time I met Bernard? Actually, Doug, we did that fight at the 2300 about a year ago when he looked good against Luis Lizarraga. I was told he's not a Philly fighter. He's a fighter from Philly, which means, remember the Doug, they explained to us. A Philly fighter means you're just in there scrapping around, but a fighter from Philly, right. I learned the difference that day. And there's a difference between a fighter from Philly and a Philly fighter.
Absolutely, but you know, if you can use both of them to your advantage, use them. But you know what I like to see Damon Allen do? I like to see him actually, Doug, just go ahead now and really make a statement. I mean, be smart, but make a statement that because that last round was kind of close, whether he won, whether he didn't win the last round.
I actually scored the last round for Arceo. I thought he outworked the young man.
And I'm not arguing with you because I believe that, you know, that was a close round, but if I'm going to give it to a person that was actually making the fight happen because he kept coming forward and throwing punching, it's him.
Right.
But right now, I like to see Damon Allen say, wait a minute, I might be a round up, it might be tied up. I don't want nothing funny to happen, or I don't want nothing to happen where I don't come out here with a win. Right now, Damon Allen has to be what? He has to be that guy. He has to be that prospect that he wants to send a message back home to Philadelphia from the West Coast to the East Coast that I'm that guy.
Right. So right now he's neutralized the offense of Arceo with the lateral movement. He's able to control the distance, but he's not landing as much. He's throwing some nice pot shots here.
Looking for that home run.
But when you want to make a statement, you don't want to do this for the last 2 rounds.
Well, you definitely don't want to run around the ring like you got all rounds in the bag.
Right.
You want to throw combinations and stop, but you don't want to continue to make the fight look like you're just trying to preserve your lead.
Exactly.
Doesn't that look bad to the judges also?
It does, because it gives a message that you're not trying to fight. You're here to fight. You get paid to fight. You're an entertainer. So when they see you doing things where it looks like you're not trying to engage.
See?
And Arceo is winning the crowd now.
Right.
Because listen, part of the psychology of having everybody think you're winning, even if you are winning or not winning, Doug, is to what? Is to make them happy, not mad.
And let your opponent know that you're in command. Not only that you can avoid being hit, but you can hit him at will. And actually, Allen has. I mean, he's being booed here, but Allen has stopped and nailed Arceo with solid punches.
Yep, when he has thrown them.
Right.
Final seconds of the 7th round. We're going to listen into the corner of Damon Allen, see what kind of advice they have for him as he heads to the 8th. Los Raileros del Norte are jamming. One of Doug's favorite bands.
I'm still waiting for you to make me that CD.
Oh, we'll get you that mix. You can go with Coach Schwartz on Sundays.
There you go.
The mix.
I'll listen to it on my way there.
Good luck. All right. Hands up. Left hand up, please. All right.
Huh? But move like this, though, all right? Both ways, you hear me? Huh? Okay.
No instruction there, Bernard. No instruction in that round.
No instructions. No instructions.
Oh, he did say keep
because
the left hand
He did
up.
say keep the left hand up.
Oh, okay,
But
I didn't hear that one.
But I mean, yeah, keep the left hand up. But
He didn't crack the
when
whip.
you keep your left hand up, that's one thing.
Yeah.
But throw this punch or work that body or do this. Set up something for a punch that you can get through.
10-0, Damon Allen in the blue and gold gets caught by one.
Yep, that was a right hand from Arceo.
Arceo still game.
Left hand is down. Damon Allen left hand is down, but he's too close to not get hit. He has to get hit when his hands is down and he's less than a foot away from his opponent. And in this later rounds where you don't have the reflexes and you're a little tired, so you're not moving as quick as you was in the third round, Doug.
Yeah, he's still got his timing to land those right hands from the outside, but
In the fourth round, we saw him go to the body.
yes.
That was it. That was the only round where we saw him at the body. And that was a big difference against
It did.
Arceo.
It had an effect on the veteran. It earned some respect. It earned a temporary reprieve from the pressure.
But you have to give Arceo credit. Look at him.
Yes.
Continue to keep Damon Allen on the ropes. He's pounding the body like a true veteran would do and work his way up. He's right now is putting the pressure on Damon Allen. He's backing up right now. Looks like he hurts.
He's won over the crowd, and he's doing what the older, lesser talented, at least athletically speaking, fighter needs to do, which is outwork the younger man. Keep working. Stay on your grind.
When you're younger at 10-0, people don't really know your name, and they've seen you for the first time. They want something to remember you, don't they? Not a guy.
Yeah. Or they want something that they can follow you the next fight.
Yeah.
But let me tell you, Arceo is getting so much pressure on Damon Allen right now. I don't know how you're judging this fight, but I don't think there's a widespread one on either guy's side. I think this fight is very close.
It is.
Based on the pressure, based on the activity, it's very close.
It's competitive.
Blood from the nose of Damon Allen, the young fighter from Philadelphia. He's 10-0. A minute to go in the 8th and final round. The first time that Allen has gone 8 rounds in his young career. Arceo has not won since 2013. He's lost his last 4 fights by TKO. And his last 3 fights were stopped by body shots.
And I mentioned body shots. Body shots. He has to go to the body, and his body's not been hit as much.
Will you talk to him after this fight, Bernard, or you wait a couple days? Or you wait? Oh, yeah?
No, absolutely. You talk to him now because talk to him a couple days, somebody else would have told him something different.
I'd rather hear from you.
Yeah,
I'd rather hear from you ASAP.
This round is a really, Doug, I don't know how you think, a crucial round of judging in this fight. Because you never know. Look, we're looking at something else. Judges looking at something else.
And the crowd is on Arceo's side in the last few minutes.
Yeah.
They go to the books. 8 rounds. Arceo goes the distance. Took the fight on short notice. Game performance from Luis Arceo. Damon Allen breathing heavy here. Some blood from his nose. Undefeated fighter.
This is a tough first 8-round bout, and definitely a learning experience. Bernard, I have to ask you, when remember when you were a prospect, when you were being developed, when you were just 10-0, do you remember facing a tough nut veteran like Luis Arceo?
Yeah,
somebody you remember fighting like this?
I remember fighting Joe Lipsy.
Joe Lipsy. Yeah, he was like an
But until
anvil.
I hit him.
He was hard. Yeah.
Until I hit him. But I also
That's back when you were the executioner.
Yes.
You had that right hand.
Yeah. But I also remember, early in my career when I had a fight, with Jovine Mercado, Segundo Mercado, it was a championship fight.
Yeah.
But it was certain fights where early in my career I remember tough fights. Look, Gilbert Baptiste. Gilbert Baptiste in Denver, Colorado. Remember that one?
Yes.
Tuesday night fights.
Absolutely.
Tuesday night fights.
Yeah.
Yeah, was trained by Bill Moore.
Bill Miller?
Bill Miller.
Yeah.
Remember him?
Yeah. Late great trainer.
Man,
Yeah.
he passed?
Yes, he passed away.
Bill Miller. Yo, Joe,
Gilbert Baptiste.
Gilbert Baptiste.
Very good fundamentals all around. Excellent boxer.
To the floor.
Yeah.
Nice built to him.
Yeah.
fire plug.
And
12
that
rounds.
went 12 rounds, yeah.
On a Tuesday night?
USBA title fight. In Denver, of all places. Denver, Colorado.
Okay.
Remember that, huh, Doug?
Yeah. Yes, I
Doug
do.
remembers everything. He's the best about
So when you
this.
say tough, that was a tough 12-round scrap.
And what did you take from that experience, having to go 12 hard rounds with somebody who was that fundamentally sound?
What I took from that to be prepared and ready at all times. Because I didn't take no fight lightly all the way up to my career. And if I would have took that fight lightly, I wouldn't have won that fight. Because he pushed me to the max. And if I wasn't mentally, physically ready and prepared, yeah, you wouldn't have survived that fight. And that's what fights like that normally sneak up on you, because you expect you the prospect, people expect you to win, and you expect to have an opponent in front of you.
Right.
No one is an opponent. On paper they are, but in that ring, they could be anybody.
Bernard Hopkins, when people come up to you and say, hey, I got a young fighter, you got to check him out at the gym. When you do go look at him, what do you see?
First, I'll see if he can walk straight, or she. that helped.
Yeah.
And then second, you want to know the background of what's your resume. Like in amateurs, did you get any experience? That tells a lot, because that lays a foundation. Then a person comes and says, I got this fighter, but he never fought. He never had a pair of gloves on, but he got natural talent.
Tarjetas de los jueces. And now, fight fans, we go to the judges' scorecards. Y todos de los jueces anotaron el mismo 76, 76, 76, 76. We have a draw on all three cards.
Wow. See? He needed to put the pedal to the metal in the last 2 rounds. You can't assume. Yeah.
All three judges have it, 76-76, a draw. Bernard, we were talking about it. The last 2 rounds when Damon looked like he took the foot off that gas pedal, that had to be crucial.
And
for
Bernard, you said you never know what the judges are looking at.
Yep.
Now, in round 7, I thought sticking and moving the way he was, even though the crowd didn't like it, I thought Allen won that round.
Yep.
I bet you the judges did not score round 7 or round 8 for Damon Allen. I had it 5 rounds to 3, by the way, for Allen.
I believe one of those rounds that he was moving around,
Yeah.
right? When they start booing him and his Arceo was throwing punches. And I also believe the last round.
Yeah.
If you look at the scorecard, I said it. I said,
You said anything, right?
This is where you make the statement at. Because I said this fight is kind of close.
Uh-huh.
I'm not upset as it's a draw. I think Damon Allen actually didn't get a gift, but I think I take this and run with it and then look at the tape and say, look, this is what I did wrong. And a lot of things he did wrong that I would tell him in that fight one is he didn't go to the body early, invest in the body, and get the interest later.
1 round's the only time he went to the body.
Exactly. Then I would say, when you're running, it don't look good. When you're not fighting, other guys pushing the fight, he's going to win the fight, even if he don't hit you with a glove, because he's enforcing the fight, and you're not. That is 2 crucial things. And then the statement part, where you got to actually say, I'm that guy. You heard me mention it earlier.
Yes, you did.
I'm that guy. Saying you're that guy is one thing, but now showing people you're that guy is a time in this fight where Damon Allen had a chance to say he's that guy. Tonight, he's not that guy is a question mark.
Let's bring him in.
As Damon Allen's going to jump in with Bernard and myself. And there you see, came in with a record of 10-0. This is Bernard, Damon, a draw. How do you feel?
Tough experienced fighter. I could have finished it off strong. Just being honest, he pushed me. I tried to box and be smart. I made it a cool fight, but I thought I pulled it out at the end, but they called it a draw.
Damon, I'm going to tell you the truth. I think the fight was a fight that was an experience for you, but I also think when you look at this fight, and you study this fight, and you understand to take good criticism just like you take praise. You got to be man enough to be able to say, fine, great, I'm going to study this tape. What I seen in this fight was 1 or 2 maybe body shots early on in this fight, and then you abandon a body shot, especially knowing that Arceo been knocked last fight by body shots, and he didn't survive those. That was one, I think, reason that he went strong in the last 5 or 6 to the end, where he had energy, where he had confidence, And then second, when you don't engage in a fight rounds where the fight is close and you're not actually fighting, or at least wanting to engage a fight with your guy, Arceo, he's punching, judges and fans normally say, you're not fighting, even though you got a strategy, even though you're making him miss, but he's pressing the action. How would you look at that and look at the tape when you see it, and things that I didn't see that you might see? How do you now learn from this and say, okay, I got out here with a draw, whether you believe that you should have won or the draw is good to start back over, better than a loss? How do you look at it now, Damon, and say, I'm going to go ahead and look at not only what I did great, but look at what I should have done, maybe to make this fight as not as hard that it became because I didn't do X, Y, Z. Body shot, engage, use all my skills, and all above. I know that's a lot, but I try to narrow it down.
I just got to take tough criticism. I got to take the criticism like I take the praises. I definitely abandoned the body shot, and I definitely abandoned the jab. Got to his game plan a little bit. Just got to go back to the drawing board and practice on what I didn't do right.
I've seen the skills, the slip game, all around boxing. You know that. You see you can basically do what you want. And he seemed to get manhandle, or at least be veteran in the clinch times and close. Where did that confuse you, or did that frustrate you, where this man stayed in your face like veterans do, right? Continue to put that pressure on you. How hard, or was it difficult, or was it not difficult for you to be able to deal with that without mentally saying, man, this guy's not stopping?
It wasn't necessarily difficult. I was more so, I feel as though I was worrying more about the rounds. That's what I feel like my downfall was. Worrying about the rounds instead of just going there and fighting my fight.
About going 8, first time you went 8 rounds.
Yes.
Was you tired at the end, the last couple?
Not necessarily tired.
No, the lack of experience doing it. Damon Allen gets the draw tonight. He's 10-0-1. We'll be back with more from the Belasco Theater on Ring TV.